And if I see a sign in the sky tonight, nobody's gonna tell me it's a trick of the light. All right, what's up, everybody? On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was murdered by Tyler Robinson, allegedly. Now, we were all on Twitter that day, right? We all saw the video. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck, blood spewed everywhere. It was pretty graphic. Everyone's freaking out at the campus or whatever. But three things happened immediately that same day. The left, including myself, started making fun and making jokes about Charlie Kirk. The right wing freaked out. If you didn't know any better, you would have thought that they had literally just killed Michael Jackson. The reactions to Charlie Kirk, who I promise you, 85% of Americans did not know the name of, was absurd. And third, Tyler Robinson got away with it for 48 hours. Nobody knew who shot Charlie Kirk. That didn't stop the right wing from freaking out immediately, though. That didn't stop them from blaming the left. That didn't stop them from overlooking this school shooting that happened the same day. Now, as we do know, Tyler Robinson is left-leaning, and he most likely killed Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk spewed so much hatred towards trans people. But that didn't stop the right wing from immediately blaming the left, right? I mean, they didn't know anything about this situation, and they were so locked in on it, which is interesting, and I'll touch on that later. But what happened next? It becomes a national issue, flags are half-mast, Netanyahu has to talk about it. Left continues to make jokes, it gets less funny. Everything quiets down for I don't know, a week maybe. They found Tyler Robinson, and then security footage starts getting released, and the story gets fun because here come the conspiracy theories. The conspiracy theories were I feel like it was more of a... Obviously, everyone blamed Israel pretty much immediately. They wanted to blame Israel pretty much immediately. They wanted to be like, and as much as I would love to blame Israel for the death of Charlie Kirk, come on, there's certain, it's too much of a stretch. They said that Charlie Kirk was changing his stance on Israel, and that's why they killed. No, he wasn't. They were talking about the accounting issues that were going on with Turning Point. Turning Point has always had weird accounting issues and anonymous donors. Their financial system is not for the public eye, and it never has been. Candace Owens talks about how he's a time traveler. Through all of this, Erica Kirk becomes a household name and goes on her grievance tour, and she's doing these events, and she's crying on stage, and she's intentionally trying to use this opportunity to elicit some sort of emotion from us, elicit this emotion from the average American or the centrist right-wing American for a call to action to start engaging in politics now and stop the left from doing this violence. Through all this, by the way, the conservatives are still acting like Jesus just died. They are making We Are Charlie Kirk. They are making all kinds of awesome AI videos of him running up to heaven. Suddenly everybody knew Charlie Kirk. Everyone was such close friends with Charlie Kirk. They knew him so well personally. Nicholas Fuentes doesn't have beef with Charlie Kirk anymore. He definitely didn't say to stop Charlie Kirk by any means possible. And then I think there's this huge turning point. There's this huge turning point in the conversation around Charlie Kirk when the Kirkified meme comes out. And everybody looks like Charlie Kirk, and it's really fucking funny, right? But it's not just me. It's not just my leftist goons laughing. It's fucking Asmongold. It's Dean Withers, who, when Charlie Kirk died, was crying about it and trying to elicit this emotion from us about, I feel bad, Charlie Kirk, and we disagreed, but he didn't have to die. And now he's making fun. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to play this clip from Asmongold.
Why can't people make a joke about Charlie Kirk? But people doing it now, this is a while ago, man. Of course you got, I make jokes about fucking 9/11. I make jokes about all kinds of bad, really, really bad stuff that has to happen. So if people complain, big difference, man? Not really. I mean, I make 9/11 jokes. I make all kinds of jokes like that.
I think Asmongold's right here. I think he's right now. He wasn't right then. The day Charlie, the week after Charlie Kirk dies, he's like, oh my God, the violent left. I can't believe that. And in the moment, he's like, yeah, it's funny. It's okay to make fun of Charlie Kirk. It's funny. It's like 9/11. I couldn't agree. Well, I say I couldn't agree. No, I think 9/11 was actually bad. I don't think that Charlie Kirk getting murdered is that bad. But I do think he has a good point here, where everybody makes jokes about 9/11, but you would get arrested if you made a joke about Charlie Kirk. Why? Well, is 9/11 not a fucking tragedy where thousands of people died? And the truth is, it's an emotional thing. When 9/11 happens, people are deep in their fucking emotions. It is a tragedy, and everybody is very emotional. And majority of Americans support going to war over this emotional feeling. It's the exact same thing with Charlie Kirk. It is exclusively an early emotional thing. They were not able to logically see Charlie Kirk's career as pretty meaningless in the expanse of politics, and his death ultimately not that big of a deal either. But it's emotional to see someone who is supposed to be one of the talking heads for their team get killed by someone else's team. It's not, they don't feel anything for school shootings anymore, right? That's not emotional for us. That's become a force of nature in American society. 7 school shootings have happened in 2026, and I guarantee you've heard more about the Charlie Kirk trial than you have about any of those school shootings. It's completely emotional, and the right wing, the Republican Party, is the most emotional group of people in the United States by a million fucking miles. When I started making fun of Charlie Kirk, like within minutes after he died, I took a look at myself, because as right wingers were like, the right wingers were like, oh my god, this is so terrible. I can't believe the left is so sick. I can't believe they would make fun of this. And I thought for a second, man, this is a real human who really did die. And is it okay for me? Like, am I sick for my initial reaction to make fun of him? And come to find out, Republicans are doing the same shit like a year later. I'm doing the same shit they were just being emotional about it. They feel exactly the same way I do about it, that it doesn't matter, and he was kind of an asshole anyways. But that's politics in general. Politics is the science of people in a way, right? And people are emotional. And so much of politics is guided by emotions in that way. And that's not to say that feeling emotion over an event or a tragedy is a bad thing, but I do think that your emotions are a little hollow when you've completely flip-flopped on how you feel about a person a year after their death, or when your emotion isn't really rooted in anything. I feel emotional about how kids are dying in schools to gun violence, and I have logical solutions that I want to employ for that, and I've felt exactly the same for a long period of time about that, ever since I've known about school shootings. And that's just something we're not seeing in the right wing at all. It's all emotions. It's all meant to make you feel something, like an immigrant stealing this from you. Don't you freaking feel angry at them, instead of any logical view of that situation of, okay, is there evidence that this immigrant did steal your job? What can we do to make jobs pay more and improve the economy so you're more likely to get a job and make housing more affordable? That's not what they're interested in. They're interested in pushing an emotional narrative at you. Be angry at someone. Be angry at Tyler Robinson for killing Charlie Kirk. Be angry at the immigrant for taking your job or whatever. In the whole light of Charlie Kirk's death, no one proposed a solution for how to stop it. Not one person came up with a single idea on how maybe there was a way that how we could have prevented Charlie Kirk from being shot in the neck. Not one soul talked about that. No. It just wasn't in the interest of right wingers. Some of them, of course, had solutions like ban guns for Democrats or whatever, which, I don't think that's real. But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. The right wing is emotional crybabies, and I don't know. I don't have anything super profound to say on that. I just want to talk about it. It's It's been 7 days, had to make a video. So, peace everybody. Goodbye.